Welcome, welcome, welcome to those of you who do not know me. My name is Valerie Hockett, and I am the interior decorator and designer for Bluebird Designs, where I create functional elegance for everyday living. I always have the family in mind when I think of designing homes, and it is a passion of mine and has always been. And what you are tuning into is my Facebook Live series, Beyond Design. This is where I go beyond just creating a beautiful look in your home, but I like the idea of creating a beautiful experience that can go along with that. And what better way to create a beautiful experience than we could dive into your health? Health plays a major part in being able to enjoy our home and our family and live a full life. And so the first people that came to mind when I thought of health was Rob and Priscilla Henshaw. And you're going to see why they came to mind and why I want y'all to meet these amazing people. And so this episode is called Beyond the Diet. And what we're going to focus on today is those New Year's resolutions that we make. And we wonder, why is it that so many people, or maybe even yourself, cannot seem to stick with those goals that we set at the beginning of the year? Why not? Why can't we make that happen? What is it? And you're going to hear more about that today. So, these two people, they're not just health coaches, y'all. They are people who have a story and they have gone through the experience. They know what it feels like to not be at where you want to be with your health because it affects you mentally, it affects you physically, it affects you emotionally. They know that. They know what that feels like. They know the fight. And they also know the success and the capability that not only that they had within them to succeed, but they know that you have it within yourself to be able to succeed as well at this. And so I am excited to introduce to y'all yet again Rob and Priscilla Henshaw. Thank you for your patience and welcome to this very first episode.
Thank you so much, Valerie. Look, we are absolutely honored to be on your first episode of Beyond the Design. It's super exciting for us to be able to share and your enthusiasm and your passion for design is truly inspiring in a lot of ways. So we just appreciate you so much. Thank you. We are honored.
Yes, thank you so much. Now, like I said, I want to dive right into y'all's stories. Whoever wants to go first, I want to hear, and I want my audience to hear as well. Who is Rob and Priscilla Henshaw? What brought you to this point in your journey?
So this really started back in 2020, and we all know that's the year the whole world went crazy. But it really is beyond that. Like it goes a lot deeper than that, with many years of just bad habits. But I think that was kind of the big eye opener year for us. Um, we were embarking upon wedding season for my daughter, and prior to that, I had the first true panic attack as a mother of the bride shopping for a mom's dress. And that was a big slap in my face of the type of dresses I was having to shop for. I was embarrassed, couldn't get out of those dresses fast enough in the bride shop. And I really wanted to be present with my daughter that day and not hide and be shameful. And like it's very emotional for me to go back to that in my thoughts of where I was in my life, things that I had been avoiding, but also had a real conversation with a doctor. I had hairline fractures in my both of my feet, bone spurs, a lot of. And when my doctor says to me, like, your bones can't support the amount of weight that you've gained, that was a punch in my gut. And I knew I had to go beyond that diet. I needed some health in my life. Like, you don't like a tab that says morbidly obese. And I had just been avoiding and been avoiding. And that wedding season for my daughter really brought that to life, because I wanted one day, looking back on those photos, I didn't want to be hiding. I wanted to be right there by her side and enjoying every moment. But I had to make it more than just that wedding. It had to be more like, why am I doing this? Why do I want to change my lifestyle? Why do I want to change my habits? And I had that realization that I needed health in my life, not just a number on the scale. I needed better sleep habits. I needed better movement habits. I needed to stop putting band-aids on diagnoses, but I needed to fix those diagnoses. And I had realized, like, my whole adult life from the time I was 18, up until I'm in my 50s now, prior to starting what the program that I started, I was doing the latest trend, the diet, the what's my New Year's resolution this year, because every year it was always gaining more weight after the pregnancies of this child or this child. It was always gaining more weight and never really fixing the problems. But so what I have done is really helped me get to the root of that, to make it about a lifestyle and a health, like to truly live a healthy lifestyle, not a deprived lifestyle. But really changing my habits and my mindset and my approach to the way I view food. From someone, I would legit say I am a recovering sugar addict. You can have addictions to drugs, to alcohol, to shopping, to whatever. Sugar was my addict, and that was my addiction, was to sugar. So I had to learn how to break those addictions. I had to learn how to overcome a lot of emotional eating and dependency of where life had thrown curveballs at me, and food was what filled my void. So I had to learn how to stop myself in those situations and choose my why over the food and things like that. So becoming part of the program that has changed our lives and our health and our families, and hundreds of others now, truly has helped me improve all those areas of my life, not just that number on the scale. So my start is what then springboarded Rob to join me 6 months later. And it has truly, it has saved his life. I'll say that.
Yeah, I turned 50 in 2021, and there's something about a decade birthday that it's a milestone, right? And you do some reflecting. And I had I'd always been the fat kid in my friend group growing up. I'd always been overweight, struggled with it my entire life. Several years before I turned 50, I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And I figured um, and so I knew that diabetes would shorten my life expectancy, but I still wasn't changing my habits. I wasn't sick and tired enough to do anything about it. Was also diagnosed with high blood pressure, had gout, migraines, sleep apnea, all the things that happen when we don't take care of our health. And I had tried all kinds of diets, all kinds of fads that I thought would be a quick fix. But truly taking that introspective look at my life and what I needed to do, because the things that I was doing weren't working, and I was trying the same things over and over again. The thing that I wasn't fixing, the thing that I was avoiding, was changing my habits. And so once I really realized that I had to do that, it changed my life. It saved my life. And Lord willing has hopefully given me extra years on my life to be able to share with Priscilla and with our kids and grandkids and those kind of things. So I've overcome type 2 diabetes. My doctor removed the medicine after I had lost 80 pounds. And after a year of keeping my weight off and maintaining that, she removed diabetes from my chart. Like,
We just celebrated
Mm.
that happening 3 years ago. That happened 3 years ago, that diagnosis got
Oh my
removed
gosh.
from his chart. And that makes a difference in all, like even like getting life insurance
yeah,
now.
I don't
Like when you get
qualify.
the mark, no, like, no, I'm not a type 2 diabetic. Like it changes everything. That one diagnosis, high blood pressure diagnosis, we both have removed those, no longer taking those meds
That's
due to
right.
the weight loss.
And it's absolutely been a life changing and a life giving experience, which is what led us to become coaches with Optavia. Optavia it's a nutrition program,
Individualized.
and it's very individualized, just in the way that no two people are alike, no two Optavia plans are alike. Um, and and at the same time, what Optavia does, kind of the secret sauce, is it helps you break through those habits, and it helps you understand why you were choosing the things you were choosing, and it helps you to make better choices so that you're able to live a sustainable, healthy lifestyle for the rest of your life. And you become the dominant force in your health. You're not leaving it up to modern medicine. You're not leaving it up to the internet. You're not leaving it up to anyone except for yourself.
You're not leaving it up to a shot, that you're truly changing your habits and you're not looking for a quick fix. Um, and I want to add to what he said, like the secret sauce, yes, is in that habit form, but it's also in having the personalized one-on-one who's been on that journey, someone who's walked the road, someone who can connect in the pain points that you experience. Like for my personal journey to overcome the emotional addiction that I had to food, like that was a lot of real raw conversations that I had with my coach. It's almost like therapy that I would have gotten had I gone to see a therapist about this, but I had that with my coach. It's a relationship thing that you establish with your coach, that it's not a transactional, it's not just you're signing up to do something. Like you get connected with that person to where they are invested in you and your journey, to where when you have, like, it's not a perfect journey, like, but it is definitely somebody who helps you realize that you're having progress over perfection, and that you learn from those moments, and you dig into that why, and you really kind of like how an onion has layers, like you kind of fillet yourself wide open to look deep into the rooted issues that you have that created the type 2 diabetes or the emotional connections, because so much of that is connected to your nutrition. But having that relationship with your coach to where you have that accountability partner, that's also, I feel like, part of our secret sauce that sets us apart from anything else that you can go do right now.
And one of the things too, I think with Optavia, it's helped us design a different life for ourselves, because Valerie, I know, and you can speak more into helping people declutter and make things simple. What we have to do in our health to make us a sustainable lifestyle is we have to declutter a lot of the things in our health. And so it is by design that we have to do that. You have to make conscious choices that are going to be for your benefit. And it's not based on what anybody else wants. It's not based on what anybody else needs. It's based on what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve in your life. And so we've been able to help, just in the 3.5 years that we've been coaching. We've been able to help over 500 people in changing their health, and by helping them understand the habits that they need to follow, and working through obstacles with them, and really helping them change their relationship with food in the same ways that we have. So it's been a remarkable journey so far, and We just, we have a passion for helping other people.
Oh, and I see that. I mean, 100%. So, for those of you who don't know, Rob is part of the same BNI group as, I mean, we're two different chapters, but we're part of BNI. And he mentions every week that I do see him, about his line of work and what he does. And I mean, just every time he stands up, there's a passion behind those words. It's just it that never comes across like you're selling this. And same thing every time I talk with you, Priscilla, you just bring out naturally this passion and this desire to help people. And it's like, look, you guys, we know how tough it is. We get it. Like, that's what comes from you guys. Like, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not expecting you to do something you can't do. And they're not going to sit here and tell you to do something that you're just like, psh, I can't see myself do that. No, absolutely not. And so what I kind of wanted to gear towards, we're getting close on time. We started a little late, but I don't want to hold you guys off too long. But I do want you guys to get the meat of what this topic was about. For those of you, whether you make the decision today, tomorrow, the next day, whenever it is, I want to leave them with what is something that people can work on their own, or of course I always feel like you need accountability with this, but what is something that they can do if they didn't work with us today? What is something that they can do to help them really commit to those health goals that they set for themselves for this new year?
Mm-hmm. I would say for sure, like, regardless if you decide to partner with us or not, something that I realized to go beyond the diet, it was truly like I had to look at other factors in my life, like how is my sleep impacting my health? How is my self-care, the way I spoke about myself? Like, I'm a words of affirmation person, but one thing I've really had to work on, I will speak praises and positivity over people all day long. But then I was the worst negative self talk to myself that I would never allow my daughter to have ever spoken to herself that way growing up, like because of the way I would see myself, or how I would feel about myself, then I would go to this place of negativity. So that's something that I've really, anybody can do. Like, you can work on the way your self love. Like, you that's something that regardless of where you are in life, like you can show yourself self-care and self-love by taking care of yourself, from the way you sleep, by you giving yourself moments of mindfulness where you are unplugged from technology and environmental noises. There's so much of that that just goes to your mental health, and I know that's kind of a big buzzword, but it's something that I really never had an awareness to, that I felt like always being all the things for all the people was what I needed to do, where in reality, I was depleting myself, thinking I was doing the
Yes.
best for everybody else, but never doing anything for me. Like, I wouldn't take the time to wash my face at the end of the night. Like, I would just, I mean, so many little things that I would not take time for me. So taking time for yourself is not selfish. It's actually selfless, because it allows you to become the best version of you. So I would say anybody can start. They can go into the new year making a commitment, whether that be for your mental health, for your physical health, the way you speak to yourself, the way you treat yourself can have a great big impact on you overall with your overall health, because health is not just a number on the scale. And that's what so many people like to put a focus on, is what is my number on the scale? What is my diet? But in reality, we all have a diet because we all eat. So it's not so much that I want people to focus on diet, but focus on health. And I think in reality, everybody can do that. Going into the new year, a lot of people like to say the new year, the new me, but by the time January is halfway over, you've already quit on that resolution. But if you truly buckle down and focus on little things, little habits, those little habits begin to stack to give you big wins in your health overall.
I think, and if I can speak into that just a little bit, one of the things I'd like for people to take away from this is it's really more about progress than it is perfection.
Yeah.
Because life is not going to be perfect. It's not. I don't care who you are. Okay. So things are going to happen. But just because you get a flat tire on your car doesn't mean that you get your knife out and you slit the other 3 tires on the car. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in the same way that maybe we make a bad choice at a gathering or late at night when the house is quiet and we do some emotional eating, whatever the case is, just because you've made that one bad choice doesn't mean you throw the whole thing away. So
You fix the one tire.
you fix the one tire and you get back on the road. So it's about making progress and choosing progress over the perfection of, oh, I didn't do this right, I'm a failure, I'm quitting. That's that's not the way the Lord designed us. It's really not. That's what society tells us, but that's not the way the Lord designed us. So we love being encouraging and helping people be accountable to themselves and just sharing what it is that they know within themselves that they're capable of.
Yeah. Wonderful. There was one thing that I wanted to mention that I really, actually two things, that when we were talking earlier last week, I love the part where Priscilla, you mentioned you can press pause. I
Mm-hmm.
liked that. And then you can press play again. I was like, we always think like it kind of goes in line with what you're saying, Rob, of just like we think once we press pause we can't press play again. No, you just got to pause the video and then it just stops. It's like, no, you can press play again. You can press pause on the things that you might be overwhelmed by, like, oh, I can't do this, I am constantly okay. Then you know what, step back for a moment, press pause, and let's start talking nicely to ourselves. Let's find one thing that we feel that we can do, and let's just like ease right back into it. I mean, you're basically pressing play again, right when you just make the choice to say, I'm gonna keep going, but I'm gonna just take a tinier step this time, going back into it, or whatever that might be. And I mean, tiny steps, y'all, tiny steps can be, I'm just going to have a cup of water. I mean, whatever, it's anything.
Yeah.
That's better than nothing. And then two was you broke down the word diet, die, and et. What do those two words mean? Are they meant something? One, die, and then et meant something? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. So when you look at the word diet, the root word of diet is die. And then when you look at the word health, the root word of health is heal. So you can heal yourself through your health.
Yes. And I just love that. What I kind of took from it was like, I heard this word die, and I almost feel like it was dying to the old and
Yeah.
and that is the only way where I can bring in true health.
Yeah.
Let what has been done in 2024 and 2020 and 2010, 2000, 1990, all of that is done. It's said and done. There's nothing you can do to change it. It is what it is and what it will be. This is where it's at. Where am I going to go? Where do I want to go? If you start focusing on the forward thinking, then you're going to start living forwardly. You're going to start moving. And you are different. You're not your same self from 1990, 2002, 10, and 2010, and all of that. You're not the same. You'll never be. We're always improving one way or another, whether we want to give ourselves credit for it or not. You are improving. So thank you guys so much for sharing. Like I said, I love talking with you. I always wish we need to talk longer. But I want to honor everybody's time. So we're going to go ahead and share with y'all. And, I see how many people we have on here. And I just want to encourage you, please still share this out with your friends and family. These promotions were exclusive to those who join the Facebook Live. But if maybe this is something that you feel that you need, but maybe it's something that somebody that has been asking for it and they have been pleading for help and they've not known where to go. They don't know who they can trust. And that's why I wanted to do this. I want y'all to get to know our small businesses, our local businesses, um, in our area. And thankfully, their service is something that any of y'all can use nationwide because it is a phone call away.
Mm-hmm.
And so, sorry, lost train of thought. Yes, if you guys know somebody, go ahead and send this video over to them. Let them get to know Rob and Priscilla and help them make that decision and that next step that they've been asking for and needing. So like I said, we do have these promotions that I have for my design, and then Rob and Priscilla have for theirs. I'm going to go ahead and share mine, and then Rob and Priscilla are going to share theirs. So my promotion is going to be, I will send you will message me and I'll send you a form to fill out. And we will have a 30-minute session where we will break down one room in your home that you need help with redesigning and reorganizing. Think of a room inside your home that might be keeping you, and we'll just say the kitchen. It doesn't have to be the kitchen, but let's say the kitchen. For some reason, every time I go in the kitchen, I want to eat. Why? This is not helping support my lifestyle. And maybe it's because of, our family members. Yes, I'm not trying to blame them, but they eat differently than what you're eating. And so it's very hard. How do I work around that? There's a way at which we can make that work for you so you're not falling into that temptation. And design comes in this way, where we can go beyond the diet and we can look at the design and we can look at colors and we can look at the style to help create a space within your budget and within your ability and time to make happen, so it can help basically support your lifestyle. And this is something that I run into a lot with people, that they just get overwhelmed or they're just not sure where to begin. And these ideas I'm going to be presenting you can take them, you can leave them, use them whenever you want. But that is going to be, I'm going to be doing a 25% discount off of the original price. So it is originally $100 value and it's going to be $75 value. We will go, whenever you fill out that form, it'll help break down enough information so we can spend that whole 30 minutes really nailing down everything you need to know for that space. Trust me, I can make it happen. You'll be like, whoa, that's a lot, but don't worry. I'll be sending you the document of all the notes that we make to you in the email after our session together. Ron, Priscilla, what is y'all's promotion for this Facebook Live?
So our promotion is for the first 5 people that reach out to us that place a full order by the end of the year. We're going to be basically giving a promotion of $50 towards your first order out of our own pocket, just to help you get started, and as a way of saying thank you for trusting us with your health.
And I want to add to that though, like it doesn't matter where you are. Maybe you are a GLP-1 shot user and you need good protein. So you're not losing your lean muscle mass as you're losing weight because of your GLP-1 shots. Or maybe you're somebody who's already at a great place in health, but you're a gym goer and you need good protein to support your active lifestyle. Maybe you're a busy mom that needs handy grab and go snacks and all kinds of things. Maybe you are someone who wants to start a weight loss program. We literally have something for everyone. Like you think young families that need good protein, we have that. We've got weight loss support plans. We've got diabetes plans. We have teenage plans. We have nursing mom plans. We literally, if you eat food and you're breathing, we have a program for you. So this is, I mean, that's legit. That's legit. The simplicity of we can personalize something for everyone.
So what y'all will be doing on your end is, how do you get access to this? What do we do? Well, for the both of us, and I forgot to mention because I get so excited about these things. these offers last till the new year,
Mhm.
okay? And you can message me, or if you're following Rob and Priscilla Henshaw, you can message them. You'll just type in Design 2025, and that means, hey, I want Valerie's offer. Then we'll go ahead and send a form your way, and then I'll take over from there. Or if you message Health 2025, that tells me and Rob and Priscilla Henshaw that you want in on their promotion of $50 off. So that's all you got to do. Messenger's fine. If you know them personally, text them, that's fine. But however you want to, go ahead and let us know. I really encourage all of y'all to go ahead and follow Rob and Priscilla Henshaw. They are constantly posting encouragement, motivation, and I'm telling you, we need it. I even need it. I know I probably look to a lot of people like, well, you don't have to worry about your weight. I have to worry about my energy, my mental load. I have depression as well that comes upon me, and I know what it is and what I'm lacking sometimes, and it is hard for me to get up and do it. And when I see Rob and Priscilla and I see their videos, I am like, suck it up. They're not really on there by any means. They're so sweet and so gentle, and yet inspiring. And I'm no lie. I get up, I drink my water, I move, I do whatever I need to do to get out of this funk and not stay in it. And y'all, that's just on their Facebook page. Think about if you had them as health coaches. Come on. So, like I said, um, go ahead and message me or Rob and Priscilla Henshaw, Design 2025. If you want that 30-minute consult virtually where it'll be Zoom and we'll go over your space that you're wanting to work on and we'll make it work for your lifestyle. And you can text, message us Health 2025 if you want access to Rob and Priscilla's promotion of $50 off. And this lasts till the new year and then it's gone. Okay, so we're giving you guys some time to think about it. All right, we understand. And before you leave, if y'all have any questions, we're going to stay on for a couple more minutes. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments below. We're happy to answer that for you. And if we don't see anything, no worries. We'll go ahead and sign off. But we just kind of want to let you know that the video is over per se. But if you have any questions, we're here for y'all. Um, so while we're waiting, you know, again, thank everybody for your time. I just feel so bad. I hate wasting people's time and saying we're going to do something at this time and then not starting. And I just could not find the buttons to get you guys going. So I really appreciate everybody, your patience with us, me, and thank you, Rob and Priscilla, for your patience with me on that. Again, go ahead and write your questions in the comments. We're just kind of waiting. We know sometimes it takes a minute for people to type um, out their questions. And I'm scrolling through right now, too, to see if there's anything that anybody asked. Um, but thank you. Oh, let's go ahead and just shout people out. Jody, thank you for joining. Super appreciate you. Mom, thanks. Always count on mom.
That's right. That's awesome.
Abigail, thank you for joining. Barton, thank you. Paige, Francis, Sandra, Elizabeth, my girl. Wendy, thank you for joining. Bailey, I just met Bailey. Amazing bread, by the way. She makes amazing organic bread. Chris, Peyton, thank you for joining. Tammy, oh, Bonnie, thank you guys so much for joining with us. Is there anything else, Rob and Priscilla, that you want to leave with?
Um, Thank you. Thank you very much for having us on and for thinking of us. You know, we truly appreciate it. And like I said earlier, we're very honored. I think we do have a question.
That's my mom.
Awesome.
All right. So she's saying menopause is an issue with extra weight. How does this work with dieting? So my mom also does have a limp, so she's unable to do a lot of like physical activity. Um, but yeah, That's her question right there, just to give you a little bit of a backdrop there.
So I connect with that big time. Like something that menopausal weight is definitely something that a lot of women struggle with. We actually have one of our new releases that was just released on the 26th of December, one of our new products. There is some nutritional support for perimenopausal women or menopausal women. In addition to like just knowing there's a lot of like backstory questions that could probably give me a lot more specific guidance to give to you, but I will say, like, when you are eating something small every 2.5 to 3 hours to stabilize your blood sugar and to help keep your metabolism elevated, that is something that kind of you can help a lot with the menopausal weight. Those are a hormonal driven weight loss, as we know, or weight gain, as we know, but also, working closely with your doctor with if there's hormone therapy that needs to be done, or, whatever your nutrition needs to look like. It's really an individualized thing, as we were saying earlier, something that I personally had kind of dealt with starting October of last year until about February. I couldn't understand like what's going on. I'm having some really good nutrition, but I felt inflamed all the time. Um, Anyway, and then having conversations with my doctor, it was like my body was fighting itself. So it really kind of, not that it didn't matter, but my body was kind of fighting itself. So with working closely with my doctor on some hormone replacement therapy in a natural way, not a prescription med way, um, it's something that helped me tremendously, because it was affecting my sleep, it was affecting my mood, everything. But I'm excited to get to start implementing our new supplements that we just came out with for perimenopausal and menopausal women, just to kind of add that in as far as with the regimen that I am currently doing. So definitely something that I would love to dig into a little deeper and talk a little more about, maybe just on an individualized basis we could do for sure.
Yeah, I'm so glad. That's a great question, Mom, literally, because this is common that
Mm-hmm.
women are struggling. Like, what do you do when you have menopause?
Yeah.
What do you do even for those of us who are not going through that, but like our cycles, when we
Yeah.
have those physical changes as women, my friend and I, we talk about it all the time. It's just like, what do we do when we are going through something that we can't control? And it just causes us to crave, or we're just too tired, we're not eating enough, or we're eating too much, and it's just it almost feels like it's outside of our ability. But and it's crazy how actually this is not common discussion. This is not a common discussion in the weight loss field, is how do we handle menopause, how do we work with that?
Mm-hmm.
um
I,
yeah,
I have
Mom
several
said you
clients that I
hit
have
nail on the
worked
head
with.
with eating
Yeah.
2 to 3 hours.
I saw that, yeah, and that truly is a big game changer. And and when I learned that through doing Optavia, like when I was pregnant with my children, and they are 28 and 30, basically, I can remember like during pregnancy, you still needed to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours, and that's fueling your body of what you need for that time, that amount of time. It's the same way where we are as adults. You don't need to go like that diet mentality is you eat less. And no, that's not the case at all. You're not going to have to be eating less. You just need to be eating in small increments throughout the day. And we work very closely with our clients on establishing those routines of how you can incorporate that into your busy day, whether you're a school teacher or a nurse, or if you're a truck driver or a stay-at-home mom. Like, it doesn't matter your career, you can still fit in the nooks and crannies of your day to where you begin to treat the food as the fuel, just like your car needs X amount of fuel to go from point A to point B. Your body's the exact same way. You need a certain amount of nutrition to go a length of time. You can't go all day long and then just be vanished at the end of the day. Like, you need little small nuggets throughout the day to make it those small nuggets of time. And that just within itself helps so much with your inflammation reduction, with your blood sugar stabilization, keeping your metabolism elevated. Like, we as women, we struggle sometimes with that metabolism elevation, but eating in small increments helps with that. Um, just little tips like that makes a big difference in your overall day for sure.
Oh my gosh. Yes, well said. Well said. I just want y'all to know, just to kind of add to, I'm certified health and life coach. I don't practice it. It's something I did in the past. I still have my certification, and I just love to help when people talk with me. But even despite being in that line of work and field, it didn't really click with me the importance of health. And I still would not invest enough into health. I still was like, no, that's too much. That's too much. And I'd be very strict with how much I spent towards myself and my health. And then when my husband was struggling with sleep so bad that, and I know this isn't weight, but it's his sleep, but it'll make sense here in just a second. He was falling asleep at the wheel, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. It just felt like it started happening all of a sudden. He's falling asleep just by sitting down after a minute, and we found out he wasn't breathing and he needed BiPAP. But when I saw that, I was like, he could be in the hospital right now. And if he's in the hospital, we can't provide for our family. I will be by his hospital bed. I would be there. And that mentally, physically, emotionally would keep me from doing whatever I need to do. It's so hard to function that way. I mean, yes, I'll do whatever I can to take care of my family, but this will make it harder. If I don't have you, and it's not like I'm trying to be selfish, like, you need to get to work, man. But it was just like, do we not put the two and two together sometimes, that if you're down, then you can't do life. You can't live. If you're in the hospital bed, if you are in bed at home, sick constantly, if you are never feeling good, it does so much more than just than you feeling like crud. It affects everybody around you. It affected me. It affected the
Absolutely. You're
boys.
absolutely
We,
right.
I told him, I was like, I miss my husband. I was crying. I was like, where are you? I miss you. And then when he started getting that breathing better, and he started getting sleep again, I was like, there he is.
Yeah.
That's the man that I know. And I mean, he just started going gun ho with things once he got his sleep in. But see, he needed that. And so that's the same thing that I see and I profess with health, is when you get healthier, everything, all those negativity, negative emotions, that history just starts coming out, and you start seeing yourself for the first time. And then everybody else starts to meet who you truly are. That's health. That's what we're doing. It's not getting the number down on the scale, like you said earlier, Priscilla. It's not about getting that number down. It's just about focusing on being that healthier you, that you again,
Mhm.
because that's what some of that weight is. It's just holding on to things that are no longer you anymore.
Mhm.
And getting rid, and what we're trying to do is get rid of what's not you, what's old. And we're trying to embrace the new, the real, let's say the real you that's down there inside of you. And this is, thank you so much, you guys. One last thing she said, so are you saying not so much 3 meals? So yeah, 2 to 3 hours, every 2 to 3 hours, eat a small meal.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, every 2.5 to 3 hours, eating something small, and like, cool. Like, who has said you need to eat 3 meals a day? Like, and again, I'm never gonna. We never trump what we never profess to be doctors or
Right.
to trump, like a lot of people. If you have medications and things, like, you may have guidance from your physician of eating. We never trump whatever medical advice is, but nutritionally, there is medical science that shows, like, our program is backed by medical science. It's created by a doctor, so it's not just some fad, something that it's been around for 30 plus years now. But eating every 2.5 to 3 hours is what your body needs in order to be able to function at its fullest, versus three heavy meals a day,
Yeah.
five small, 100, calories, packed with good protein, some mild carb in there, that kind of thing is what you need throughout the day, with one traditional meal of 5 to 7 ounces of lean protein and some low carb vegetables, like 3 low carb veggies. That's what we do. Like when we were in that weight loss phase, 5 to 7 ounces of lean protein and 3 low carb vegetables. You can divide that up throughout the day even. Like we work with people to do that where you're not all consuming it all at one time, but eating throughout the day in small increments is what your body truly does need. It's how it's designed. It's not to where you just pile it all on and just consume it all as a buffet at one time.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your
Thank
time and
you.
doing this. It has meant the world to me, and I can't wait to see you guys again. Thank you all for showing up today. And again, you can message us. Go follow Rob and Priscilla Henshaw to get that daily motivation. And if you want to move forward with them, just text me, message me or them, Health 2025, and make sure that you're following Bluebird Designs. Mwah, and message me, or if you are following Rob and Priscilla Henshaw, it doesn't matter who you message. You can message Design 2025. We want to help y'all. We really do. We have a passion to help people. We love you and God bless. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.